so excited because Magical Readathon is happening in April! The Magical Readathon honestly is the best time in the book community for me at the moment, just because it's been so much fun. And you get to build a character, and it does feel like a video game where you like get to level up and do certain things. And I think that G from Book Roast has created such a beautiful thing here, and I'm so excited that we are getting the April round this year. And we also found out that we're gonna have two readathons that are the summer equinox and the autumn equinox, which is really cool. And obviously it's going to be the month of April and the month of August, and then there'll be mini readathons kind of around about doing different things. But it's really cool, and I do think it is a bit cooler than having the owls and the newts in my opinion. But it is the same format as the old readathon, where you go for a career and you have to read books for certain subjects so that you can actually get the career that you want. And I think from what she's got on the character planner is there is going to be 4 years worth of studying. So I'm excited that I get 4 years of this readathon, which I hope I will maintain, because who knows where we're going to be in the booktube community in 4 years time, but I still want it to happen. And I also tried to like inspire my outfit a little bit by Opal. I do love this dress, but it does have flowers on it, and I tried to give myself like a bit of something with my hair, because I did look at my photo of her and I was like, I don't know how to do that with my hair. So this is the best I could do. But I am excited for more information. The notebook is here. So guys, the first thing that I have to talk about is the career that I've picked for Opal, and she is going to be a Beastmaster. I'm so excited, and honestly there was two that I was tossing up between, and it was Master of Elements or Beastmaster, and I was really on board for Master of Elements because I liked the idea that it's only for Order of the Crescent, which I thought was really cool. But there is too many books for me to read, because in the first round I'd have to read 6 and in the next round I'd have to read 9. Beastmaster is 5 and 7, and I feel like it's easier to do, but also the key traits of Master of Elements just didn't really fit with Opal. But for Beastmaster, the key traits are nurturing, protective, and gentle, and that's her to a T, because she's very protective of her family. She's also very protective of animals. She does have her bow and arrow because a bow is her conduct, and I have always said that she does carry a bow and arrow around with her, and it's never to hunt animals, only to hurt people that are going to hurt her first. So I really do like what I've picked for her, but to let you guys know, this is actually not a career I would have picked for myself though. Like, I do like the idea of animal stuff, and that is really cool, but I actually can't remember what my career was in the first version of this readathon. Like, for some reason I feel like I wanted to be a writer or a journalist or something, so there was careers that focused on that in this round. Like, there was a lot of different things, and it is still a really cool idea that each house has a career that you can only do if you're in that house. Like, I do love that concept, but this isn't something I would have picked for me, but it's perfect for Opal, and that's why I love this readathon so much, because you gotta think outside of the box and not do what you would generally do. That's why the questionnaire bit during the novice path was really cool, because some of those things I wouldn't have personally done, but Opal would have, and I love it so much. So as I said, there is 5 subjects that Opal has to pass in her exam so that she can move on to the next stage of doing her career. And the 5 that I have to read the books for are Alchemy, Animal Studies, Elemental Studies, Law, and Restoration. And I've picked 5 books, and to be honest, most of them are contemporaries, and I don't know how I managed to do this, but it's how we're going. So for Alchemy, the reading prompt is to read a book with romance. So very happy for me that I can read The X-Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon. So this is a book that I've newly bought. It will come out in a book haul probably next month sometime, but what's also exciting about this is I'm actually going to do a buddy read with one of my friends on Instagram, because she just bought the book as well. And then she messaged me like a couple of days ago to ask me if I was keen to buddy read in April, and I was like, wait, give me a second, because I'm not sure what my TBR is going to be or what the prompts are going to be. And the first one is a romance book, so it's meant to be. But I'm really excited. I have heard a lot of things about this book, and I've also been very iffy, because sometimes I feel like I want to read it, sometimes I don't. I think the premise sounds really cool, and I actually did just watch a movie over Christmas called I think it was like Midnight at the Mongolia, I think, and it's kind of this premise where they pretend to date and then catch feelings, and I am excited to read this. Now, Animal Studies prompt is a quick read, and I feel like this could be defined as many different things, but for me, a quick read is generally a romance, so I'm going to read The Heart Principle by Helen Wang, finally! Okay, I'm excited, because I have been wanting to read this for the longest time, This book got pushed back for a year and it was really sad, and now it's been out for a freaking year and I haven't read it yet, so I really want to read it. I do hope it will be a quick read, but other than that, I feel like a quick read could be like a graphic novel or a comic book or a really short book or a middle grade. This is a very broad reading prompt, so you probably could literally read anything that you want. But for me, it's always go-to is romance. Next is Elemental Studies, and this prompt is to read a book under 100 pages, and I don't have any books that are under 100 pages that I haven't already read, so I'm going with a novella collection and reading one of the stories, and that is Shadow Me from the Find Me novella collection by Tahira Mafe. This novella has actually blocked me from finishing reading the Shadow Me series, so hopefully this is going to help me along, because you have to read Shadow Me, and then you can read the 5th book, and then you have to read Reveal Me, and then you can read the 6th book. So novellas are great, but also if they like have key information that stops you from reading things, they can be annoying. But Shadow Me only has 76 pages, so I'm going to read the first novella, and I think it counts because a novella is still a story. It's not technically a book, but there's not that many books out there that are under 100 pages unless I'm reading the wrong type of books. Then for lore, I have to read a book that's inspired by mythology, and I'm going to go for the Greek god/goddess route here, and I'm going to read A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett S. Clare because this is a Hades and Persephone retelling, and I think it's going to be a sexy time, so I don't know if it's necessarily going to be completely mythology based or just that. But I'm excited. I bought this last year and I have been wanting to read it, so I think it's a perfect opportunity. And I really couldn't think of anything else on my shelf that does have mythology on it that I just really want to read at the time. Like, there's options. But I'm just keen about this, and I have heard many good things. And lastly, Restoration is to read a book with healers in it, and this is the hardest prompt in the whole entire list. A lot of books that can have healers in it, but you could also have a historical healers, you could have contemporary healers, you could have fantasy healers. There isn't many books that are just like, yeah, I'm a healer and that's the main premise. Generally healers are going to be like side characters that you might see once or twice, because like Cassandra Clare, the Silent Brothers, are a healer, so it counts. Like in Throne of Glass, there's people with healing magic, so that also counts because like Irene is a healer. But like, I read those things, so I found this so hard, and I'm going to be reading something that I don't want to read just to get this prompt filled. And the irony of this is I just said in my last video, oh, I'm not going to read this for the longest time. But no, next month I'm reading frickin' Children of Blood and Bone because one of the clans is a healer clan, so it's happening, okay? It's happening. This is going to be the thing I read last, but as I've said before, because I'm not reading as quick as I used to, if I'm reading outside of the month, I'm just going to let it slide. Like every other readathon, if I don't read it in the time, then it's, oh well, it doesn't count, blah blah blah, whatnot. But like Magical Readathon, I have the need to make sure I finish all the books, but I can't stress myself out with the time limit. So like if this doesn't happen straight up, I'm going to be sad about it, but I really need to get it done. And I'm also annoyed because the writing is freaking tiny. Like, how did I not remember this? But there's healers. It's going to cause me pain that I probably won't be healed from. But here's my TBR, and I'm so excited that there are so many like thinner books here, because if I had to do like over 500 pages, I would have been like, that'd take me the whole month, but I'm really excited. And to end off the video, I just want to talk about the fact that G has actually added a new element to the readathon, so there is something different than what we used to do, and that is a tier ranking. So this is the mock-up for the tier ranking, where you get to fill in what you've done, and I've done a page where I can write down why I've got points, because basically you earn points to get perks in the readathon, but you also earn status in your guild, so it's technically guild tiers. I think this is a very cool idea, because like when you start, you're an initiative, and then you have to earn 100 points to get to an assistant, and then the perk that you get is you're allowed to counter DNF, which is really cool, even though I don't DNF, so it doesn't help me. But then you earn another 100 points, so get to 200 total points, and you become revered. And what you get once per season is you're allowed to put in any book that you want, even if it doesn't fit a reading prompt, because you want to read it, so you can swap out something, which I think is really cool and I might use. Then when you hit 300 total points, you can become exalted. Is that how you say it? I have no idea. And basically it lets you count a 500-page book as 2 prompts, which like, I don't know how I feel about that, because it's a good idea, and maybe I would use it if I didn't get all my reading done in time, but I want all my books to like count for that prompt. I feel like I really want to try and get all the prompts done. And then when you hit 400 total points, you become a paragon, and what this gives you is the ability to double up on challenges. So if you have one book that covers all the challenges, that's all you need to read. And that is like the god tier of good challenge things. So I hope that I get to this, because basically the way you can earn points is every single readathon that you complete, you get 50 points for. So for the spring equinox and for this autumn equinox, that's like 100 points. So basically, if you want to go slowly, every year you will go up in a tier ranking and get those challenges. But if you want to try and like earn more points, G said that there's going to be like quests on Twitter that only a certain amount of people are allowed to get to, which you're able to earn bonus points from, but also there can be like questionnaires that you can earn bonus points from. And also the reason why I already am at 50 points is because I completed the novice path. That is a perk that we got from completing that readathon. So I've already written that I've completed the novice path, got my 50 points, and I'm on my way. So basically after this readathon, if I do good, I will get another 50 points and then I'll already be at the first tier, which is very exciting. Like, this is really cool. Like, she has really thought this readathon out, and I'm just like in awe of all the cool stuff. So that is all my new information in my journal. Like, I can't wait for this to keep filling up and filling up with different information. I like that I have this whole entire like look at how Opal's been growing. Like, at first I was just gonna have pamphlets and stuff, but then the notebook was a good idea, and then when I was in lockdown I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do a Cotton On order and buy a heap of shit for stationery. Worth it, because I also used all that stuff for my reading journal, which is really fun as well. I really love this so much. It's like so Opal, it's not funny. But guys, I hope you enjoy my TBR, and hopefully you guys will enjoy watching. Like, I feel like I got a heap of new followers because G put me in her video for the magical readathon video that I did. It still shocks me so much, and so many people have watched that video and commented on it, and it just makes me really happy that like my two popular videos at the moment are my magical readathon gear up TBR and also my reading journal video. So I'm getting like a bit of traction here, and actually at the moment my subscriber count is 666, and I'm like, whoa, the devil's coming. I don't know if that should be a concern, but I'm also reading a book about Hades, so yes, I'm very excited. Like, it's just nice. Like, I'm meeting a few new people, I'm having a bit of fun time, and just like life's good at the moment, I will say. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!